take us through these tweets. What should we care about? Separate the wheat from the chaff here.
Well,
I'm struggling with it.
In terms of the voter fraud, this seems to be about Donald Trump's ego and the fact that he made the statement, which the New York Times has called a lie, that there were millions of people who voted illegally and that he would have won the election otherwise. 137 million votes cast in the election in 2016, and about 8 instances of voter fraud found around the country from the various states that are reported. And it's important to remember that the majority of states have Republican governors. So these are Republican states that in theory would be on his side. They're not finding voter fraud. So it's not clear where he's going for this, other than the fact that he's been pressed on it and people are calling him a liar, and he doesn't seem to like it. He seems to want to be able to prove it somehow.
Well, in fairness, lie is a very strong word.
Well, I'm saying
he says that
that was the word the New York Times used on the front page
yesterday. It is the word the New
York
York Times used, but he has said that he has seen information that would indicate there was fraud. We can't say that he's wrong about that. Now, whether that information is credible or not is a separate question. The question is, are there credible sources, right?
Right, and that's what we don't know. Nobody has been able to find any credible sources. Sean Spicer suggested yesterday the president had some, so this is a let us know what you know.
I'm going to put Alan Ruskin on the spot. You're in front of the Bloomberg, you're on the trading floor over at Deutsche Bank, and these kind of headlines come across, these kind of tweets come out. Do you guys care?
Not on this one, no. There are some tweets that we maybe would care about.
Which ones, Alan?
If you hear something on, say, Keystone, clearly the market's responded. I don't know whether it was news or not news, but you kind of, you do respond. I think some of the auto ones, the market has cared. Possibly, there's sensitivities, particularly as it relates to auto stocks and individual stocks.
Yeah.
But that's, not really my world. But the foreign exchange market would maybe respond a little bit to those. But yeah.
This is the problem, though, Michael. How do you conduct analysis when you kind of look at this and wonder, is this just theatre? Is this material? Does it matter? How do you do that?
Well, a lot of it is theater, but then he says he's going to announce his Supreme Court nominees, and then that is something that's actionable. And they consider business cases. So obviously for Alan and his people, that's important as well. So half of it's important, half of it's theater at this point.